Gente, botei aqui, tá tudo rodando já.
Já tá tudo rodando?
Já tá tudo rodando.
Ai, meu Deus, que loucura!
Eu, se fosse vocês, começaria logo.
Porque não tem bateria, não tem memória, não tem nada.
Exato.
Tá bom. Bom, enfim, vou continuar conversando. A gente tá rindo até agora, vai ser só uma conversa. Se avisa a gente tá em frame, essas coisas e tudo mais. Enfim, eu tô super excited. Eu fiquei aqui. Sorry. We were gonna speak English, right? Okay. So if there's anything you want to say, and like throughout the interview, and you just feel like you want to say it in Portuguese, do.
Okay.
I'll put some subtitles. I will probably put subtitles in Portuguese if I can manage to this.
Okay.
So yeah, feel free to just be yourself and just go with the flow. I don't really know how to start, but I'm gonna ask because I thought you had cancer.
Yeah.
In the past. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then I think, I'm not sure if you have cancer or if you had cancer.
No, because when you have cancer, you just consider that you are cured after 5 years. So yeah. So first step, you finish the sickness, and then you need to monitoring. But also you need to get a lot of pills and medicines. Like today, I can tell you that all medicines that I take per month is like 20,000 reais per month.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's very expensive. But the thing is, I just moved to Ireland last year, and I was 39 years old, so I wasn't thinking about the possibility of having cancer, but I was wondering, like, I'm going to move to another country. I don't know how is the health system there, so I'm just going to do a checkup. In Brazil, it's really easy to do a checkup. That was the reason. And there was something interesting in my life, because one day before I had this strange dream that somebody was telling me, you are with cancer, be careful. So I wake up, and then I send a message to my therapy, and I say I had this weird dream. And she said to me, oh, probably it's because you are nervous, because you are going to move out to another country. But I decided to ask my doctor to do the exams. And as all good Brazilian, I did the exam, and I didn't came back to pick up the results. So I came to Ireland, and then when I was here for 3 days, my doctor called me and said, Lígia, you need to come back because you have cancer. And
that's how you found out?
That's how I found out. I was in the Travelodge, a hotel in Ireland, and I didn't have a house in Brazil, I didn't have a house in Ireland, and I was about to start a job in the next Monday. I received the news Friday, and next Monday was going to be my first day at the work. So I say I cannot give up of my work because I don't have a life in Brazil anymore.
Yeah, you left everything.
So my first day was the worst first day ever
for everybody, yeah.
Because I say, oh, nice to meet you, I'm Lígia, and I just found out I have cancer. And I think my boss was a real angel, because he really understood, and he said to me, just come back to Brazil, do the treatment, and then come back to Ireland. And I did like that. I did the chemo, I got bald, I needed to do mastectomy, so I had no breasts at all for some like few months, like 5-6 months, without breasts, without eyebrow, without anything. My husband was like really supportive, and for me was fine because I took all my power to survive, and then I came back to Ireland. And the thing is, when I arrived here, I said, no, I'm gonna start my life. And in June, somebody that I really love, my stepfather, he's one of my favorite person in the world, he found out he was with cancer, but his cancer was different because the doctor said he's just going to have 1 month to live.
Okay.
And then I went back to Brazil just to say goodbye to him. I say, I love you, goodbye. It was really awful to say goodbye to him, because in April, my husband's best friend died of cancer, and it was the same situation. We needed to make a video to her to say goodbye, we see each other.
God.
Yeah, so when my stepfather died, I really, when I came back to Ireland, really, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself. Like, for me, it's enough.
It's like a plague, you know?
Yeah.
The cancer for you.
Yeah.
It's like, it's for me, it's my husband's friend, it's
Yeah.
my stepdad. Like, fuck's sake, it's everywhere.
Yeah, and then that's
Did
what
you
I
already
say.
have
That
your baby?
sorry.
When you were thinking these things, did you already have a baby?
Yeah, I have my son, and I had the most toughest conversation with my husband because I think all mothers afraid. I am afraid about, like, if I die and my husband fall in love for another woman, it's normal. He's a young guy, but if that woman does it like my son, we
That's
have
a
a lot of
big worry.
cases.
Big
So
worry.
I needed to ask my husband, if I die, please give it to my sister, my baby. And he was like, he saw and was going to give me peace. So he said, okay, because my sister is my best friend. Because I'm terrified of other woman, you know, and don't like
Taking care of your baby.
my baby. But yeah, I survived it. But the connection with the dancing class is because it's something that you don't know. When my stepfather died, I came back to Ireland and I was totally lost. And one day I said, like, okay, that's it. I don't want to live anymore. Like, for me, I don't have power anymore. And then I don't know why I sent a message here, a WhatsApp group, and I say, does anyone knows about a dancing class here? And they say, oh, has one girl, then Chichi dances, he swords, is really nice. But I didn't give attention to the information. Exactly. And the one, I don't know if it was Tuesday or Thursday, I don't remember, Monday, I don't remember what day it was. I was like, it's really awful, man. I don't have the power anymore. And then I just automatically went to the class. But I was, with my mind made it up, I want to conclude my life. I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to survive. It's too much painful. And then when I started to dancing, out of the blue, I started to see myself in front of a mirror, and I started to laugh about me.
Okay.
And it was the first time after 1 year that I was, without to think about problems, just laughing.
You were laughing.
I was
Even if
laughing.
it was about yourself.
I was laughing.
It was funny.
Yeah, I was laughing, and I was like, I have no way to dance. It was really funny because I was looking at
No
myself.
coordination.
It was so funny. And when, after the class, I went back to my real life, and then I was like, I'm not going to kill myself. Because I have so much left
To live.
to live, you know.
Yeah.
So it was really funny because it saved my life, you know. Because now I feel I'm not a mother when I'm doing a dancing class. I'm not a mother. I'm not a daughter. I'm not a wife. I'm just a woman, you know, with my whole sexuality, and it is so important after you lose your breath. So I feel the most powerful woman in the world. So it saved my life. It's more important than I ever thought, you know.
Oh my god. I didn't know. You told me that, like, the dance helped you and it saved your life, but I didn't realize that when you went there for the first time, on the first day you
thinking
came
about to kill
home
myself.
and you were fine. Sometimes I think dance clears your mind.
Yeah.
When my students cancel, they say, oh, something happened to me today, I'm not going. I insist. I tell them, just come today. Like, even if it's a really bad day. I think when it's a really bad day, you should
need to go.
definitely go.
You should go.
Because you have 1 hour that your body is doing something different, your mind is doing something different. When you walk out, your problem seems smaller. Because when you're looking at your problem before, it's everything. When you're looking at it after, there's you and you're bigger than your problem.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that it was like the first class that made you want to survive.
I want to survive. I want to survive.
I'm so
Thank you
happy
to save
know
my
that.
life.
Oh.
And it's funny because it's interesting because we need to work out, we need to do some exercise to survive. But I think even if I was like riding bicycle or maybe doing some, I don't know to say English. Workout.
Yeah.
Maybe was not so helpful as the dance because it's very sensitive when you have a cancer as a woman and you lose a part of your body, you know.
Yeah.
When you lose your hair. you know. And a lot of people say, oh, never mind, your hair is going to grow. It's not like that for women, because we have our image. You know, you lose your image, you lose yourself as a woman. So I think it should be like dancing, should be a treatment, official treatment for
cancer women.
Yeah.
I agree. How can I say?
Yeah.
I think it should be a treatment for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about this, just because you were talking about that, tell me about when you started the treatment. Like, what happens? Like, your hair starts falling, your eyebrow starts falling, and then your breast goes. Do you lose how you see yourself? Like, do you lose self-love? Do you lose confidence?
You start to see a monster in the mirror because it's not you, you know, and it's not like a normal bald. You don't shave your head; it just fall out. So it's like you are IT, you know, eating, and you don't have eyebrow, and you don't have breasts, and like. You stop to have a relationship with a husband. I don't know if it is happening with all women's, but with me happened because I couldn't feel like, yeah, and you stop to be a mother because your son doesn't recognize you, you know. And my son, he's 5 years old. He was 4 years old. And when I used to do the chemo, I was like for 5 days in the living room, like feeling a lot of pain. And my son had a nanny in this time to keep playing with him. And I remember then one day I just fall asleep because I was too tired. And my boy just said to my husband, come father, mommy just died. Because he was feeling that I could die each single moment. So it's really difficult for everyone, so you don't recognize yourself anymore, and I couldn't look to the mirror, you know. Couldn't. For me, it was really strong, and even now my hair is not normal again. I was very different. So yeah, this is really strong for a woman, I think.
So this is your own hair.
Yeah,
and this is your
my own
eyebrow.
hair, but
and does it go back to growing?
Yeah,
it's gonna grow more. You're gonna get more hair.
Yeah, my hair was bigger than yours.
Okay, I saw in the WhatsApp photo.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's going to grow more. This is my hair. I think it was fast because I shaved my head. I need to shave it because it was falling out a lot of hair, so I need to shave it. It's going to be 1 year, 31st of October.
Since you shaved?
Since I shaved it. So
I think you look great.
Yeah, it's going fast.
I think you look really good. Okay.
But I needed to connect with myself again, you know, and dancing class is like a therapy because you keep looking at yourself, you look to the mirror and you feel powerful.
Do you feel beautiful?
I feel beautiful.
Yeah, when you're in class.
Yeah, and there's something really good in class because everybody's paying attention in themselves. So nobody's looking at you.
Nobody cares.
So it's one time in your life and then you're free, you know, it's just you and the universe, and you try to do the movements and you feel like you're Anita. You think you're Anita, you know, because you feel like you're doing like her. Of course it's not true, but you feel like So for me, I'm never more going to remember that. The first day of class I went and I was like, I'm gonna just do the class dance and maybe I'm gonna find out a way to kill myself after. Really, this was my feeling. I'm ashamed to say that because it is very dangerous to feel that and don't ask for help, but
yeah,
for me it was like I'm just doing. And in the first 10 minutes I was holding to not cry in the dance class. I was like holding, you cannot cry here, but then I started laughing, and when I came back to my life after 1 hour laughing, no, I'm much more stronger than that, come on, you know, let's go. So I'm never more going to forget this day.
I'm so happy to hear like the process of your mind changing during the class.
During the class. You convince somebody to not kill herself just dancing. You didn't know what you were doing there because you think like if somebody could ask you like I think I wrote that to her, like if somebody could ask what you're doing, you were like, you know, I'm just doing a dance class, but not, you were saving somebody else's life.
You're not the first person that says that. I've like had people that had depression and like without having cancer and stuff. Yeah, I'm, you know, like when I sell dancing, because at this point I have to sell dance because I'm teaching it.
Yeah.
I sell it like it works for me. And for me, obviously, I didn't have depression, I didn't have cancer, but I feel it's impressive, the transition. It's like you go into the class, it's because I have a really hard time meditating. You know when you have a corporate job and all that, and you do coaching, and they're telling you have to meditate, you have to spend 20 minutes of your day, or like guided meditation.
Easy,
I can't do that. But the point of doing that is to empty your mind. That's what they say. You need to take all your problems out of your mind. And when I at some point I realized that dance did that. Dance takes, there's so many things going on. There's the teacher screaming. There is the steps that you need to follow.
Yeah.
And you're like, what am I doing here? There's new music. There's the lyrics of the music. There's sometimes I do like clapping and stuff like that. There's so much going on that you have to be in the present.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the only moment of my day, and I'm a teacher, that I'm living my life in the present.
Yeah, you live the present.
Because otherwise, if I'm in work, I want to go home. If I'm here now, I'm missing the past. So I'm always somewhere else. I'm always thinking of something else. And dance is my meditation.
Yeah.
It empties my mind, and I feel much more powerful when I walk out. So that's what I say to people. But when you say to me that you like it saved your life, like I really hope that it can continue to be that for you for like the rest of your life. And now that you found something for you, right? Because
because now I feel my body more health. I feel much more stronger. Now I can take the medication because in one moment I need to stop to take the medication because I was too depressive. So I need to stop it because the mind is a really powerful tool for your treatments. So now I'm much more powerful. So I think now it's just getting better. And now it's good for my marriage too. Because I feel sexy, you know, and then I can come back to my husband, and it makes a lot of difference with my husband already.
Yeah,
you know,
you feel like a woman, and you
you're not a mother, you know. Or...
You're like, I'm going dancing. You wait for me here. You wait, I'm going.
This is my moment.
And then you come back like walking like Anita. So what about before you had cancer? How was your lifestyle? You know, like. For example, I'm wondering, like how your marriage was, your work life, stress levels, health, taking care of your health, like everything, like before the cancer.
I think it was, I think the cancer didn't came out of the blue. I think it's come slowly because my marriage was like. I was living as a sister and a brother with my husband because I was like in an international career. I need to study, I need to speak English, I need to be a mother. So we kind of were living apart. I forgot for a while that I was a woman. I was a mother. Like when you are a mother, it's very difficult to keep being a woman. So your energy is all for your son. So I think the cancer was a little bit necessary in my life.
Really?
Something like, hey, wake up.
It was a slap in your face.
Yeah. So even if I didn't have the cancer, I could say to somebody like, just go to dance class, even that, because this is good for your marriage, you know. For your soul, for your mind. So even without cancer, it could be good.
You could still recommend that. What about like looking after your health? Were you healthy before your cancer?
Not at all.
Did you exercise? Did you go to the gym? Did you do anything?
No, I didn't do anything. I was drinking a lot of wine and I was keeping a lot of angerness inside of me, and it was too much stressful.
You said you had a traumatic event.
Yeah.
Do you want to share that or no?
No, the only thing that I can say is that somebody that I really love it really hurt me, and I should have moved on. Was a niece. How do you say prima in English? Cousin. Was a cousin. She really hurt me, and I tried to deal with it in a therapy. It was not possible, and I really believe in my heart that these agonies make me to have this sickness. Help the cancer.
Yeah, it's like an additional...
Yeah, I really think so. Maybe if I was doing some exercise, it could help me in the time, but I was not. I was just working. And the feeling frustrating because you do all your energy for stressful part of life. This is not good. And
do you not regret, but if you were talking to yourself back then, today, you were talking to Ligia before cancer, what would you tell her, you know?
You need to have a time in your day for yourself. Like if I ask you today, what part of your day is for yourself? A lot of people live their lives and you spend the whole day for myself, for my husband, for my boss, for my friend. What you are doing for you.
Okay.
For you.
So, you know? And that includes like looking after your health, looking after yourself.
Yeah, this is my moment, you know. Okay. This is my moment. This is the moment that I gotta think about myself. It's me, you know. We don't have that. Especially women, because we are training to do 3-4 things in the same time. So especially for us, it's very important to ask yourself always, what I did for me today.
Every day. Yeah. So that's an important takeaway.
Yeah.
Gente, só pra avisar que temos 18% de bateria.
Okay, I think we're nearly there. Let me see if there's anything else. That was before, right? And then what about... Hold on, how did I do this? So now you say that you have cancer, but it's because you need to wait 5 years, that's right?
Yeah, I need to wait more 5 years with treatment. You need to keep your eyes on it.
So you do exams and treatments and so on.
I have a injection. Oh, look at my belly. I'm gonna show to you. Look at this.
Ooh.
I need to have a medicine in my belly. Yeah. This is every month.
And when you found out you were in Ireland.
Yeah.
And your husband. Everybody was here. Baby and husband and everything.
My baby and my husband was here with me. But because my doctor said to me, Ligia, I need to talk to you. I knew that was not something good. Nobody asked to talk to you for give you some good news, especially a doctor. So my husband took my son and went to a park. So when I received the news, I was alone in a hotel. I didn't have my mom, my father, my son. I was like, I just turned off the call and I was sitting in a room like, I have cancer, you know.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was awful.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And throughout your husband moved with you back when you went for the treatment?
He's always with me. He was always with me because he works remotely. So he's always with me. He was with me the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I know this is not normal. Like, unfortunately, when a woman has cancer, not all the stories it has a happy ending regarding husbands, unfortunately.
I can imagine. Yeah. I think we talked about everything in a very natural way.
I think this is a very good observation because you have a higher percentage about husbands that leave the
usually
leaves their wives when they found out cancer. That's why it's important to take care of yourself. It's about
because
you.
That can happen to you, right?
That can happen.
Like honestly, even when you don't have cancer, that can happen to you. So it's important to have your own life and your own power any time of your life because the person beside you can leave you.
Yeah, and something really interesting. I did a spiritual trip 2 weeks ago. I went to Portugal and Wagner Borges, he talks a lot about energy and he was talking about dancing. So when you are doing dancing, you are like doing some energy also. Like if you go to China and Japan, you can see some theories about dancing. Like Tai Chi Chuan, it's a kind. So when you are doing dancing, even when you don't know, you are doing some energizing your chakras. Yes. You are aligning your chakras even when you are dancing.
Yes.
So it's not just mind. You actually have energy.
Yes. And that's something else you did for yourself.
Yeah.
Like this treatment. I think just to wrap up, I would like you to let me think of what I want you to tell people. I think I want, like I said to you before we started the video, I want you to send a message to people of the importance of looking after themselves and taking care of themselves and early diagnosis, like you said. And I also I want you to talk to these people and give them a message. And I want you to tell people that are going through cancer, you know, with your experience, how you recommend dealing with it. You know, it doesn't have to be too long, just very short. And finally, I want you to tell people to come dancing because it's good for you. So
my advice could be not go look for on Google how many people die of cancer. Don't do that. Don't watch movies. Don't watch series because most of people with cancer they survive. But if you go to watch movies, if you go to watch soaps, program, TV shows, the cancer, the patients always die because it's what sells, you know. So don't watch movies with cancer patients. Just live your life because you are not a number. You have your own story. So a lot of people survive it. This is the truth. And I like one sentence that I brought to my life. Find out who you are and be on purpose. I like that sentence.
So I think we can wrap up like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good end. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy to know that my work had so much in your life and did so much change.
This is just the beginning.
Oh,
I'm going to dance like Anita.
You are already, and you're so invested. You're so invested.
I am.
You are like, do that again. Sorry, can I see that? I need to send you the video for
when I have Christmas with my family in Brazil, and let's play Anita. Like, I don't know how to dance, I'm gonna try here.
Quando você voltar pro Brasil agora, você vai, tipo...
Fala, gente, eu não sei dançar Anitta, vamos tentar.
Olha, gente, lá em Dublin, ninguém dança Anitta.
Ninguém dança.
Aí ela vai dar um chutão. Pá! 1, 2, 1.
Ai, que do nada.
Ai, gente, que
Nossa,
loucura. Assistindo
lembrei.
avião.